All right, gliding day. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. And you thought it was the day after Boxing Day. It's gliding day. Bigger movements, get that body into it, bend those knees a little, open those arms, squeeze those shoulders, step it out a little bit wider. Bigger movements, rounding and extending and rounding and extending. Let's reverse that. Come forward and open it up. Come forward and open it up. One more time, come forward, open it up, shoulders squeeze and drop, and we'll step touch. In a moment, we're going to take 2 steps to your right in 4, 3, here we go. Keep it going. That little hamstring curl. Leave it here, hamstrings only. Elbows into your sides, press back. Good, keep those arms going, little tricep press, bring those toes in front. And those arms get a little bigger. And those knees come in. And then we'll leave those arms up this time and we'll squeeze open. Use those shoulder blade muscles. Point those toes. And then arms come up and over. Legs come across, angle here. We're going to change this up the tiniest bit. We're going to do 2 on your right side in 4, 3, 2, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Now 4 right and 4 left. And then 4 again. And 4 again. 8 this time on the right, 8 of them. And 8 left. And 16 on the right. What? I'm counting, I promise. 2 more. And other side, 16. Halfway. 2 more. And then we go back to the right, just a single and a single left. There you go. Twisting, rotating. 4, 3, 2, step touch only. In a moment, we're going to do 2 to the left in 4, 3, 2 to the left. And do a hamstring curl. Stay here, hamstrings only. Little bicep. Keep the bicep going, bring the toes in front. Then we're going to flip those arms and lift up. Little upright row. Knees come up too. And then we squeeze those elbows, point those toes, lift those knees. Up and over we go. We're gonna stay on the left and do 2 in 4, 3, 2, 2 left, 2 right, 2 left, 2 right, 4 left, 4 right, 8 left, 8 right, 4 left, what? 4 right, 2, 2, and singles. Oh, and step touch. Good, nice wide stance. Give me a little lungy movement. Beautiful. And then wide legs, abs in, come on down, round into your cat. Open up in your wolf moon that's coming in January. Hopefully you saw the full moon last night. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Let's drop that right shoulder in, press that leg open, look over the left, roll that shoulder up, back and down, big stretch, back to center, other way. Roll that shoulder up, back and down, bring it back to center, round and extend. One more time, round it and extend it. And you're gonna come down. We're gonna walk it out, wide legs, wide arms. Strong push-ups here, regular push-ups. Keep it going. And press back. Pause halfway, bend your knees, roll through a cat, inhale through a cow, hands on your thighs, press open, extend, tuck under. Go through that a couple times, end up in your wolf moon, bring it up, and bring it down. Okay, we're gonna start kind of easy, then we'll do the really mean one right after that, just like Mr. Grinch. So, chair, you might not need it for this, but go ahead and have it handy. Right foot is standing, left foot is on whatever you have for gliding, abs are in, just tall, we're just coming forward for this one. Bending that right knee to get there. Good, just 2 more. Beautiful, out to the side, here we go. And then we sweep to the back. You are also, if you do have hardwood floors, you're polishing them. Come on back, 2 to the front, 2 to the side, and 2 to the back. All right, listen up. You're going to go front, spin it to the side, back, and up. So rond de jambe, but with your foot on the ground. We're going to go 2 more in this direction. Right leg should be feeling this. Good. Come on up. Step over with that right leg. Push those hips to the right. Arms go up and over. We're going to do the same thing to the left. If you didn't need your chair, no worries. If you want to move it, go ahead. Here. All right, so weight on that left leg, right toes in front. And then we go to the side. And if you're not using, again, you can do arm movement with both. And then to the back. This one will be kind of a warm up for what's to come. Back to the front, 4. To the side for 4. To the back for 4. Good, to the front for 2. To the side for 2. To the back for 2. And then we go front side, sweep around, front side, sweep around, front side, sweep around one more time in this direction, and then reverse it. Left hip should be feeling this. And relax, woo, left over right, hips to the left, woo, arms the other way. All right, here's the big one. This is the most special one today, I think. So, oh, actually you want the back of your chair. I'm gonna be sideways so you can see where we're headed. Step forward with your left leg, come up on your right toes. Your goal is, as you slide that right leg back, to get your left thigh parallel with the ground. And you're gonna suck that right leg in. You may have to use a little pressure on the chair. Your left glute should be like, what did you just do? If it is not, then you might not be dragging that back foot. So you slide all the way back, all the weight is on that left leg, or as much as possible, drag that right one in. Give me a hands wave if you feel like yes. No? Yes? Okay, good. Woo! I sure do. And I realize that you might be stepping on that or pushing on that chair a little bit, and that's fine. You're going to do your best to come up as straight as possible with the chest, not tipping forward too much. And we don't have a ton of these because they're miserable. You may feel these tomorrow, by the way. All right, all you're going to do is turn and face me, so I won't be mirroring you. You're going to think of the same thing we just did, but this time you're lunging to the side, but trying to get that thigh parallel to the ground and then lift up. So just doing your best here. Same leg is working. You can use that chair to help pull your leg in if you need to. Woo! Almost there. I'm hoping that that left leg is, yay! Good, and now you're gonna hate me, but we're going back to the first one for just 8 of these. Sit down in it, pull yourself up. Press and come up. Woo, just 4 more. Good, last one. Press it back, listen up. Stay down, pull your back leg in and out, in and out. Left knee is still bent. Just 4 more. Last 2. Woo. Last one. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that left hip is telling you something. So let's love it up. Cross that ankle over. Send that tailbone back. Elongate. Feel that stretch. You can even drop a little deeper into it and press that leg open. Round it under. Stick it out again. Move your hips to the left without falling over. Move your hips to the right. Make sure your spine is long, not rounded. And then one more time, round it. Cross the left ankle over the right. Let's get that hip stretch. Back to center. Step back with the left leg, the one that you just worked. Tuck it under and feel that stretch all the way down your quad. Arms can come up and lift back. And then bring it up. Okay. Well, I'm sure you're very excited to hear we get to do that on the other side now. So this time, your right leg is in front. Oops, sorry. Your left leg is gonna glide back. Oh, nope, dusting cloth worked a lot better. Your left leg is gonna glide back. You're gonna try to get your right thigh parallel with the ground as much as possible, and then you scooch it in. Chest up as much as possible. Almost there. 2 more. And then you turn sideways and you basically try and get that same length, but you're gonna feel more inner thigh as you drag that leg in. Again, I'm not mirroring you, sorry. Make sure you're on your other leg though. Oh, yeah. Keep that going. Last 2 here. And then we go back to where we were a minute ago, lunge it back, stand it up, lunge it, stand it. And then lunge it, take that back leg, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, woo, stand it up. Right leg, ankle crosses over, stick that booty out, arch the spine, concave, round it under, stick it out again, and move that hip right and left. And then come on up, ankle crosses over, arms up and over. All right, this time you'll need the seat of the chair. And you are gonna have both of your toes on the gliding disc this time, but just your toes. So if you don't have a very large plate, you should be okay. But if you have 2, that's awesome. So the first thing you wanna do is get your elbows down in the chair. So you're gonna be in a plank basically. So then you're gonna scooch your feet back until you're in that plank. You're gonna pull your abs in and make sure you don't sag, by the way. And your legs come in together. And then it might take a little, floor needs cleaning apparently. Scoot it up and in. This worked a lot better in practice, press it out, scoot it in. So you're basically doing a plank and then piking as best you can. You can try just gliding with one leg. You won't get nearly the same plank exercise, but if you need to, you can do that. And relax. Stretch those legs out, press those hips, round through a cat, inhale through a wolf moon, and glide it forward. Ooh, shake that all out. Goodness gracious. Okay, so now back of the chair you'll need again. Left leg is forward again. You're gonna glide back with that right leg, but into that dunking bird, right? So my left leg barely has a bend in it, and then I'm gonna stand up, right? Arm could go to the side, or excuse me, behind you. If you wanna work a little harder, right arm goes off to the side. So I'm only bending and straightening my left leg slightly. We're working that hamstring, hopefully. And if you want more intensity, your arm comes overhead as you come down. And your other option is to keep that left leg straight the whole time. So when you hinge, you should be in a long straight line. And that right toe is gliding forward and back, right? It's not lifting up. Right toe on the ground. So you're working that right side, drag it in, foot on the ground, stretch it back and drag it in. Right toes on your gliding mat. Last two. Last one, glide it, left leg straight, right leg behind you, listen up. Glide up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Working that last little bit of hamstring, 2 and 1. Woo! Step out with the leg you just worked, left leg. Bend your right knee, flat back. Roll those left toes off the ground and back down. And one more time, up and down. All right. Right leg is forward, left toes are on your gliding disc. You probably need that chair a little bit away from you. Right leg can be straight or have a slight bend in it. When you're ready, arm comes behind you, left arm that is, or to the side, or for more intensity, it goes up. Almost there. And again, you're welcome to keep that right leg straight. And then we're going to glide it back, reach, reach, reach. Right leg pretty straight, left leg comes in an inch, back an inch, in, and in. Woo! Right leg steps forward, bend that left knee, roll those right toes up, pivot them out, bring them down, and bring it up. And you get to take a seat. No gliding for a second here anyway. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. You might grab the bottom of your chair. Lift that left knee up so it's just a little higher than the right. Extend that leg out, open and close. Try not to round, right? Be as tall as you can in your spine. Two more. Leave that leg out, lift an inch. Flex through the heel, lift an inch. Off to the side it is. And then bring it down. Scoot that right hip off. Tuck it under, get a nice stretch. Welcome back. Here. Arms can come up and reach over. Beautiful. Bring it up. We get to do the other leg. So sit nice and tall. You can even grab the bottom of the seat, left knee up, extend it out, open and close. Now leave that leg open, point and lift. Good. Nice straight leg, sitting tall, flex through the heel and lift. Good. Point, bend and stretch. And bring it down. Woo, scoot so that left hip comes off, leg comes behind you. Arm up. Rotate the other way if that would feel good. Beautiful. Okay. You can lose your chair. You will still need your gliding disc. I'm going to suggest you keep your mat for now, folded in half. So that you have some floor space. Bring your lovely little slippy disc with you. All right. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna bring our heels on the gliding disc, hands out in space. We're just doing this, right? Dragging in and pressing away. A little bit of abs, a little bit of hip flexor work, not a big deal yet. Good. And then switch it up and put your toes on the little gliding disc. A little more balance required, so you're probably going to lean back a little bit. Get those legs as close as possible at the end range, right? And that's where you'll feel those abs as you come into that balance. Barely your big toes on. Almost there. Beautiful. Whew. Now just lie down on that mat and your feet are on that gliding disc for now, or whatever you have. Actually, let's just start with one. So put it underneath your right foot and shoot that heel up in the air. Or excuse me, that toes up in the air, heel is down. Use your left glute to help lift up. Arms hover, drag that in and out. Little hamstring work. Don't go all the way straight. You can go almost straight. Maybe don't go all the way straight because that would drop that hip a little bit too much. All right, bring it down. Slide that disc underneath your left heel. Again, toes are pointed straight up in the air. Use your right to help come up. Hands hover, in and out we go. All right, bring it down. You know what's coming, and that is we're going to try to do it with both heels, right? So there'll be more weight on that gliding disc, a little more challenging. Go ahead and pull it in, lift up those hips, and then try and press them out and pull them in without the feet doing right? So try and keep your big toes together, try and keep your knees together. Go back to singles if this isn't working for you. And relax. Woo, stretch that right leg out on the ground. Hug that left knee in, give it a nice big hug. Feel that low back get a little stretch, and then left leg goes out. Right knee comes in, give it a nice hug. Again, feeling some low back love here. And then we'll be using that gliding apparatus one more time, but you can go ahead and fold your mat all the way now, or unfold it, so that you have full length, because we'll be able to slip off the front when we do that last thing. So go ahead and stretch that mat out, and then you get to lie down for now. Just keep the disc or towel handy. Hug those knees in once more, low back stretch. And then bring your forehead up to your knees. Grab your ankles. We're going to do kind of a different version of double leg stretch today. It's a little easier, but what the heck. Then you're going to extend the arms. You're going to rotate through those hips, point the toes, open up into your double leg stretch. Then you're going to bring your knees apart, grab those ankles, come up into your little ball, and extend. Round it, and extend it, and round, and extend, and round, and extend. Just a few more like this. If your neck is bothering you, as always, your limbs, or excuse me, your limbs are creating that resistance. So if you need to keep your head down, that's fine, because in a moment you won't have that chance. Last one, and then curl up in that little ball, roll up in that ball, extend, come back, roll halfway down, extend, roll, extend, roll, extend. If you know that's not good for your back, osteoporosis or stenosis or any lumbar issues, you just stay here, right? That was plenty of work, or stay with your head down. Totally up to you guys what you need to do. And another option would be to just open leg rocker it, right? Hold, open leg, open leg balance, sorry. Right, you could roll and then balance, or you can roll and then extend. And I think we've had just about enough of this. So come on down, walk those feet wide for a minute. We've done a bit of hip flexor work today, so let's give them some love. Arms out into a T. Knee drops, left knee drops in, right leg drops open, and just give your left hip a little tug with your right hand to get a slightly deeper stretch here. Come on back up through center, drop your right knee in, use your left hand to give that right hip a tug forward, a little deeper stretch. We're gonna do that again, nice and slowly. Left knee drops in, right drops open. And then the other way, right knee drops in, left drops open. And then we're gonna come on up, we're gonna put our right hand on the outside of the right leg so it's not gonna move, right? I might even prop it with my elbow, but the left knee is gonna drop in, and that should give us a slightly different stretch here. And then I'm gonna prop my left leg up so the knee still points to the sky, but right knee drops in. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hug those knees in and roll up once, seated position. Legs extend, move those glutes out from under you. Scoot toward the front of your mat and put your hands on the ground, but not so much that you're hunched over. So bend your knees as much as you need to get there. And then just glide into your spine stretch. Again, make sure your hips don't roll under, your back doesn't round. You could try to start straightening out your legs if you can still do that and get a little glide. I really should have put some polish on this beforehand, and I really would be polishing the floors. Next time, sit up nice and tall. All right, this is going to be a little awkward. Put your hand on the disc facing me. Back arm is up. We're going to hinge back and come over. Right? Maybe it's not too awkward. So rotate as far as you can go. Maybe you can go a little further each time. Test it out. Or go further to the side. Or go halfway between those. Right? So you can reach more to the side. You can reach further back. You can go on that angle and kind of get both of these. Woo! I'm liking this. I hope you feel it in your opposite oblique especially. And then come on up, and we're going to do all of that to the other side. So other hand, I need to switch because I don't have space here. So we hinge back and we move the arm a little to the side, or a little back and to the side, or all the way back. You play with what seems to work best for you. And that back arm lifted will give you a little extra love and remind you to stay tall through your spine with space between your vertebrae. Keep going, almost there. And relax, sit up, put the soles of your feet together, bend your knees, bring them in, hinge forward, and then relax into it, and you can roll into your spine. All right, you probably want to move your mat just a little bit so you have floor space again, and you put your little cushiony baby there. You're going to play with this one, so we're all going to start, it's going to be a side plank, but we're all going to start in the staggered position. So the top leg is in front, the bottom leg is behind, because you may end up using just one of those legs. Shoulder back, lift up out of it, find your side plank. Option one, if it works for you, drag both feet in, lift the hips, drag both feet out. If that doesn't work for you, stack them up and use just the bottom leg. And if that doesn't work for you, leave the bottom or top foot on, give yourself support with the bottom one, and up and down. And if it's a tiny movement, that's okay. So all you're trying to do is go from plank to a baby pike. Little movement in your hips. You don't want to feel it too much in your shoulders. It should be quite challenging. All you're going to do is lift that hip up a little bit And then we're switching sides. All right. So as always, make sure you protected that shoulder because this one's a little more challenging. Top leg in front of the bottom one, shoulder back, up and down. And then lift it up in your plank and then drag it in. If you need to, stack your feet, see if that works better. If you need to, use some support with that bottom leg and use that top leg to work. So a couple variations here. You choose which one works for you. If none of them work for you, hold your side plank. And then as you are ready, you're going to leave that lovely sliding disc at your feet, and you're going to roll over into your forward plank position. Make sure that you're kind of far away from your mat with your toes. Come on up, shoulders back and down, abs in, lift up into your plank. Option to stay here or drop your head, glide your feet, and then come back into your plank. So it's that same thing we did at the beginning of class when we were in the chair, on the chair, but this time our feet are on the gliding disc. Don't forget, when you get back to your plank, you do want to hold it for a moment. And relax. Oh. Okay. You're going to end up with your hands at that end. So go ahead and switch around. But in between, take a quick little stretch for your low back. Arms can be out front. They can be by your side. You can tuck them behind your knees if you have some knee issues. And then as you're ready, come onto those abs. We want to make this about your upper back, not about your low back. So just come out basically in a lying down, prone position, forehead on the ground. I know you might need to peek up to see what I'm doing. Hands on your gliding mat. Deep breath in, exhale. All you're going to do is lift your elbows and your head comes in between your upper arms, but not way up here, right? And then you're just going to use those shoulder muscles. You can even lift your fingers up in the air and use the heel of your hand. Glide back, but don't come any higher, right? So it's not this, it's not a cobra. It's just a slide back. And then come down. So we inhale to prepare, we exhale to press into the hands and lift the head the tiniest bit. We squeeze back, we come down, inhale. And then we're going to change this up and make it a more fluid movement. Again, if you lift your fingers up, it's a little easier, less surface area on that drag. And so now I'm just making it a fluid movement. I'm going to inhale at the bottom. I'm going to exhale at the top. I'm going to really work those shoulders. Ten toenails on the ground, knees lifted if possible. Two more. And this time pull back. And then if you want, you can press a little higher. And then relax completely. And head on over onto your spine. Hug those knees in. Take a little rock side to side. Let's let the knees drop to the front of the room. Open up in a T position with your upper body. And then lift your back arm up. Tap your front hand. Open your back arm like you're opening a book. And then bring your knees through center and let them drop to the other side in a twist. Then lift your front arm, bring it around, tap your back hand, open up like a book, and then back up through center. So you're just going to continue a few of these. This is really beautiful for that thoracic area, opening up our chest, opening up our upper back. And then once you come back from the back, come back, come back. Put your left foot down, hug that right knee into your chest, wrap your arm behind it so you can get that knee right into your armpit. And get some movement through that right ankle, maybe even use your left hand to pull and press on each little toe. Sorry, we didn't really do any calf work today, but I think we made up for it with booty work. All right, and then flex that heel, and you're going to use both hands to press the toes down, knee in, and then you're just going to point and flex a few times. Little side to side, if that would feel good. And then try and keep hold with your right hand, straighten out that leg. If you are no longer holding your toes, then just move your hand down to your ankle or your calf. Come back through center, and all of us will move our hands both to the ankle. We're going to bend the elbows, lift ourselves up to the knee, and then stretch that left leg out. See how high you can come, how close you can get your nose and your knee, and then flex to the heel to come down. Let it open just a little bit to the left, right arm to the right, and then bend that right knee, flip it open, feel that nice opening, reach around, thread the needle, grab your left hamstring, left foot up. And again, let's get some movement through that left ankle without the assistance. And then we'll bend that knee. We're going to put the foot on the ground, right leg crosses over. We're going to lift the hips, move them slightly to the right, and then let the knees drop left. While you're there, straighten your left leg, roll back through center, straighten your right leg beside it, and see if perhaps the two sides feel a little uneven. If we succeeded, that right side should feel a little more open and longer. So now we're going to hug that left knee in, wrap around behind it, get that knee in right up against the shoulder, get movement through that ankle. And then maybe use that other hand to manipulate through those toes. Then we'll flex through the heel, press, straighten it out, and again, get some movement. Everything comes back to center, both hands to the ankle. Bring yourself up, flex through that heel and stretch it out. Nose and knee close together. Over to the side we go, to the right while the left arm opens. We'll bend it, we'll crisscross, we'll thread our needle, right leg up, movement through that ankle. Put the foot on the ground, lift the hips up and move them a little to the left, crisscross right, left over right, and drop to the right. That right leg is going to straighten and followed by the left. Arms up and over. Ah, big deep breath in. Exhale, make your way over onto your hands and knees, however best works for you. And we'll undulate our cat wolf moon. Ow. Sorry, baby. Ow. One more time. Ow. Walk those hands back, tuck those toes, lift it on up, pedal out those heels. Wide stance, nod yes and shake no, bend your knees, hands on your thighs round and extend. Big deep breath in. Curtsies. Thank y'all.